They will say that we're going to, in this 1,000-year reign, well, what are we going to be doing? We're going to be ruling over kingdoms, okay? And then we're going to be making sacrifices. Wow, we're going to be making sacrifices. So we're going to go back to the Old Testament where they was making sacrifices. We're going to do that again. Why would we do that? Well, we're going to, it's some sort of like memorial or memory of pointing to Christ and his, his death, burial, and resurrection, what Christ has done for us. Oh, so what is communion for? Why do we take communion if we're just going to go back to making sacrifices? So we have to go through all of this. And this is all because they say that they read the Bible literally. They'll say, Pastor Trey, Chaplain Trey, whatever you want to call me, we read the Bible literally, and you that hold to an mill eschatology, you don't. Well, in this series, I want to show you how the dispensationalists and the pre-mill, who hold to a pre-mill eschatology, how much they spiritualize the text. And how much they will take a prophetic or apocalyptic text and read that literally. But they will take a historical narrative and allegorize it to fit their theology or their doctrine. Now, as kooky as that sounds, and I know I was all over the place with explaining the pre-mill view, this is what people believe. People really do believe that they're going to be raptured up out of here. They believe that God is going to come back and he's going to rapture us out of here. We're going to be getting our rewards, and Jacob trouble is going on here on the earth, and people get a second. Oh, I'm not just people now. Israel, and I guess some Gentiles too. It depends on who you're talking to. Israel is going to have, this is the time where Jacob's trouble and Israel and some others get a second chance. How about that? We got raptured, but now we raptured and we going up out of here, and Israel and they get a second chance. And I guess, depends, like I said, it depends on who you're talking to. Some Gentiles get a second chance too. That's why they don't get no glorified body when they go into the millennial kingdom. I guess they get one to go into the new heaven and the new earth after they've died, after being 100 and something years old. If they're going off based off the literal, what Isaiah said in Isaiah 65. I guess that's what happens. Saints, if you know any little bit about what I'm talking about, none of this makes any sense. And I hate to say, a lot of our churches is teaching this, and I hate to talk about my people. A lot of my people, my African Americans, we don't read our Bibles, and we just gonna go with somebody tells us because a famous pastor said it or a famous YouTuber says it, and it makes absolutely no sense. Let me just read just a couple of passages. Not going to be long. I want this to be really quick because I'm going to hold, like you guys know, where I put the scriptures on the screen because I want